These are the characters most likely to die in the finale of Stranger Things. Yes, the plot armor has been insane this season so far, and lots of characters should have already died, like Jonathan and Nancy should have died, Ted and Karen Wheeler, and the Duffer Brothers have even come out and said that they're not just going to kill off like a lot of the cast, but here's the characters I do think are at risk. At number 6, I have Hopper, because I don't think it's very likely he dies, but this dude has been ready to absolutely nuke himself into oblivion this entire season. Plus, when they were talking about the Upside Down actually being a bridge to Dimension X, every time they talked about blowing up the exotic matter, the camera kept cutting to Hopper. And even though most of their plan relies on other characters, I could see Hopper kind of stepping in and be like, no, I'm going to protect 11 or someone else, and I'm going to be the one to do this, and he ends up dying. The only reason he's this low on the list is obviously because he lost his daughter. That's his entire thing, why he doesn't want 11 to die so badly. So I don't think having Hopper die instead would be that satisfying of an ending for him. Now, 5th place is 11 herself for characters most likely to die this season, because of course they have been setting up her death and sacrifice these last couple episodes. Every time she talks to Kali, she's just fully bought in on Kali's plan that they need to sacrifice themselves to fully end the cycle so that no more superpower kids can get made. And even though Kali honestly isn't wrong in her idea here, it definitely feels like she is evil or has been manipulated and is trying to intentionally get 11 to die. I even saw a theory saying that maybe Kali's going to make a vision where it looks like Kali ends up dying, convincing 11 to go through with the sacrifice. The reason, again, she's lower on the list than some of these other characters I'll get to is because it does feel a little bit too obvious. Like every time she's on screen, she's just talking with Kali about this plan. We're going to sacrifice herself. She makes the pact with Kali. She nods her head at her at the end. I think what's most likely is that 11 has a huge fake out death and everybody thinks she sacrifices herself and she either goes off and hiding on her own, or it's revealed in like the epilogue that, hey, she actually was alive and she just lost her powers or something like that. Number 4 is Will. Now, obviously the Duffer Brothers are putting a huge focus on this character this season, like giving him his powers and connection with Vecna, his huge coming out scene. There has been like 90% of the season focusing on this character. And honestly, there's one shot that makes me think Will is more likely to die than 11 in the series finale, and it's this one of him sitting alone looking at their drawing of the wormhole or the bridge between Dimension X and Hawkins. Very intentional shot of Will sitting in the center of it. The circle is literally around his face. Obviously, we know he has a deep connection with the hive mind. I feel like this is him kind of coming to terms with the fact that, oh wait, I have a huge connection with the hive mind. If they destroy it, maybe he's gonna die, or maybe he saw something in his vision with Vecna that we didn't actually see as an audience that tells him he needs to die or be the one to sacrifice himself. So we're gonna think it's 11 this entire time because that's what the season's been telling us, but it's actually going to be Will. Again, this dude has been getting so much more screen time this season than any of the past seasons. Like, he wasn't even in season 1 because he was kidnapped the entire time, and now he's like the main character of the entire show. I feel like he could definitely die here. Before the top 3, let me know in the comments below who you think's gonna die in the finale, and make sure to drop a like on the video. But at number 3 is where we get to the characters really at risk, and I have Dr. K. Obviously, if you're a villain or antagonist, your chance of dying immediately shoots up. If we're being honest, this is kind of a lackluster